What an idiotic day this was for Australia. What a day to show the world, forget your worries, come here to Australia for a holiday. I mean, seriously? The day opened, sure, with exactly the right message, lots of excitement.
2 years of cancelled holiday plans and time spent separated from loved ones. Today, Australia is reuniting with the world.
Yes, it was just wonderful. Vaccinated tourists could fly in, at least to Eastern Australia, without any quarantine. And at the airport, the first 500 visitors were greeted with flowers and a grinning tourism minister holding a toy koala and Vegemite and Tim Tams.
It's a great day for the 660,000 people that are employed in our tourism industry.
So far, almost so good. That's leaving aside the insane fact, of course, that no one, not even Australians, can fly into Western Australia, even now, for a bit of sightseeing. But it got worse. New South Wales Rail, Tram and Bus Union yesterday slapped on work bans on Sydney's trains in a bid for a bigger pay rise, and they picked just this day for the showdown, a day when we had to show the world our best. Because think of the tourism industry. Those businesses are desperate to get back to work. We've got just 20% occupancy rates. We're desperate for the business from overseas, and this was their big moment. But no. Sure, the train workers reckoned, our bans are no big cheese. We can still turn up for work and for our pay. But at 2 a.m. this morning, Sydney Trains decided, well, no, the bans meant the network was not safe, and they shut it down. And that caused transport chaos, including chaos for some of the tourists we actually need.
Kiama, 7 Mile Beach, and we tried to get there by train, but in the morning they told us they won't drive.
Now, the curious thing is, just why the train network was too unsafe and had to be shut down, even the Premier could not explain today.
Safety is paramount. If they can't...
So if I was getting a train this morning and the train network was working, why would I be unsafe?
What they're saying is that they could not change the timetable in such a way to have it operating in a safe way. That is the advice that we've received from Sydney Trains.
Sorry to hammer this point, but I'm just trying to figure out why people are there waiting for a train. Why would that say?
There are, from the discussions I had with the CEO of Sydney Trains this morning, there are a number of technical issues.
And then came the politics, the pre-election politics, everything being so fraught at the moment, which made it even harder to figure exactly who had stuffed up.
If you're trying to get your kids to school this morning, Sydney, or you're hit with a $60 Uber bill just trying to get to work, or you're sitting in gridlock traffic and can't get to that meeting because the unions decided to pull on a strike at 2 a.m. this morning, throwing Sydney-siders into complete chaos. This is what Labor think they can get away with when they think they're going to win an election. Imagine what they'd be like if they actually won it.
This is the unions playing games with the Labor Party for political purposes at the expense of our people.
The union saying it's not their fault, they never put the train system at risk, but then, of course, they would say that. Whatever. The result is that on the day that we need to show tourists around the world that they'd get a welcome here, we also showed that they might not actually get a train, because it's every man for himself. Dog eat dog in Australia. It's pathetic. It reminded me of how Australia used to be in the 1970s. What an embarrassing day for Australia.